Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Duggan with IGN, and I'm here with
Tate Phoebe.
And we're checking out Hearthstone on the iPhone. First thing we're going to do, Tate, open packs, because why not?
Yeah, I mean, it works the same as desktop.
You can still shake.
You still shake the packs.
Very important. Immediately, this is different.
Yes, this is cool. Big cards.
Right, and you can go through, you kind of awkwardly have to hover over it, get it centered, and see the glow, but let's just go ahead and open these.
Yeah, this piece feels a little strange. It's pretty touch sensitive.
Definitely. You definitely cannot kind of spam open them, as I'm so keen on doing in the desktop version. I am playing on an iPhone 6 Plus. Tate, you have it on the Android, but you haven't necessarily had a chance to check it out yet. You're having some problems downloading it. So here's the shop. We can see 2 empty spaces, mysterious and exciting. We can go into adventures real quick. There's that. And we can go into cards. And this is same as always.
Yep, pretty much the same.
All right, let's go into the collection. There are some very notable and awesome changes here.
Yeah, let's show just making a quick deck. Sure,
new deck right there. Let's choose Warlock.
Pick your class about the same. And it seems to function a lot like the iPad. Actually, the exact same, where you're dragging cards into your deck, and you actually have to drag them out of your deck to remove a card.
So let's check out these filters. If we want to make things a little bit easier, we can filter in 6 Plus, bring in some Siphon Souls into that deck. There's the Crafting Pane, a Mass Disenchant. And then, of course, up here we can normally, as I showed before, that's filled with all the various class icons, and we can filter to just neutral here. So overall, a very functional, intuitive experience.
Yeah, the only thing I actually don't see here is filtering by set, which is available on the desktop.
But I believe the way that we do that is just search
Goblins vs. Gnomes.
GVG. And then that should give us only... There we go.
Yep. So it's not an explicit tab.
Right.
You just need to type it in.
Okay. Let's jump into...
Yeah, a couple things on the main menu. They took a lot of the buttons and just made them big side buttons that you can see. I love that they pull your battery icon into...
Here's the arena, also unchanged for the most part. Actually, I wonder how that experience is, but that is another video for sure, because that's, as anybody who's played the arena can tell you, that is a process. Here are the adventures. But of course, the biggest changes come from actual games, so we're just going to queue up for, let's do something nice and quick, like a face on your deck. Let's go casual.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed is I logged in on my computer while James was on his phone, and there's no tells or anything. You don't. All devices are treated the same. You can't tell that someone's on mobile.
You were spectating me in a match.
And when you do spectate someone on a phone from your desktop computer, the match I spectated actually retained the desktop board and the desktop aesthetic.
You asked for it.
Let the hunt begin.
Yeah, so let's talk about the board. They did a couple things. They took the 2 corners and removed some of the interactables and replaced them with your hand. So when it's not your turn, you get this kind of zoomed out view of your hand, so you can see the whole curve.
Also, anytime you highlight anything, it brings up a very large icon, which looks awkward on a desktop, or looks just unnecessarily giant, but on this phone, it's beautiful. It's like the same size it would be relative to my desktop. So basically, I can just read this without having to squint or anything like that. And the biggest change, of course, happens when I click my hand. We have the mana curve there on the right, and I can scroll through like this. It's very nice.
Yeah, and then so they do keep the same interactions with each side. I'm pretty sure if you tap that waterfall, you'll get a nice pretty rainbow.
The interactions are lessened to what I guess I would have liked to have seen. They've kept... So, for instance, in the Orgrimmar map, we can see the blacksmith in the lower left-hand corner. I would have much preferred to have a catapult there. I don't think there's any reason they had to keep the positioning that it is on the desktop version.
Actually, let's go into the options menu real quick and just show how some of those pieces have changed.
So we obviously have the concede there, but there's the biggest thing here, if you're familiar with the desktop version, the card backs are all kind of in the initial options menu. Here we can choose a card back, and I can flick through all of my beautiful card backs.
It seems like a little missed opportunity here that this isn't a swipe. It's notable that it's specifically done by the arrows. A touch interface, it's the same with the iPad, just the touch interface would lend it really well to scroll through that way.
But it's nothing that can't be fixed with the patch, and I suppose if they get enough feedback about certain things...
Yeah, the other thing I'm interested to show off is go into the friends list and send a message. Kind of how that works within a game.
So it brings up, since I'm on the iPad, it brings up the iPad keyboard.
Yep.
Shazam, send. Now I can back out of this, then I just click back onto the screen. Alright, so there we just demonstrated the emotes, and Tate, you were right, he had an Alex Strauza, and he beat me. But, regardless of that, I'm still overwhelmingly happy with the iPhone version. I think it has all the major functionality that I want. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it looks great on bigger phones. I'd be interested on something like an iPhone 4S.
I do have one at home, so maybe I could bring it in and we can see what it looks like there.
Yeah, but it looks awesome. It functions great. They clearly took their time with this one and released a really, really solid app.
I completely agree. For all things Hearthstone, keep it right here on IGN.